You're live.
All right, good morning. I'm Tom Brandt, and I'd like to call to order this August 16th meeting of the Sports Wagering Application Review Commission. I have absolutely no opening remarks other than to say hello to fellow commissioners whose images I haven't seen on a Zoom screen for a while. There hasn't been a whole lot of business, so what we do have, we'll take care of expeditiously and let everybody go on about their hopefully pleasant summers. The first order of business is approval of the draft agenda that went out along with the notice of the meeting. Do I have such a motion?
So moved.
So moved. Second.
And I have a motion duly made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Excellent. The brief agenda is approved. And with that, I'll call on staff for a report on the Queen Sportsbook Maryland diversity plan.
Good morning, commissioners. We have one diversity plan to review today. The plan was provided to you prior to today's work meeting. As in the past, I'll give you a brief overview of the plan and then present the plan for your review and consideration. As a reminder, SWORC awarded the mobile sports wagering license under consideration today to Queen Sportsbook Maryland LLC at its last meeting on May 17th, 2023. Queen Sportsbook Maryland LLC, the awardee, is owned 95% by Queen Casino Queen Interactive LLC, a subsidiary of the Queen Casino and Entertainment Inc., and 5% by three individuals who are employees of Queen Casino. Each of the three individual owners of Queen Sportsbook Maryland LLC collectively own 5% of the applicant and satisfy SWORC's personal net worth criteria. Two of the owners are women, one of which is a minority, and the third owner is a man who has a disability. Queen Casino operates 4 casinos across 3 states, Illinois, Iowa, and Louisiana. Queen Sportsbook currently does not have any employees or vendors. However, Queen Sportsbook has developed employment outreach relationships with entities such as the Urban League, Goodwill, the NAACP, and Friends Helping Friends, as well as vendor outreach relationships with veterans associations, the Illinois Casino Gaming Association, and other governmental entities with certified disadvantaged businesses. Commissioners, I present to you for your consideration, Queen Sportsbook.
Very good. Are there any questions or comments by members of the commission regarding the diversity plan that James just presented? All right, here and none. May I have a motion to determine that the Queen Sportsbook Maryland LLC diversity plans in compliance with the requirements detailed in Section B of the Sports Wagering Application Addendum?
So moved.
Very good. I think the motion is duly made and seconded. Are there any comments, questions? All in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? The motion carries. I also need a motion to post the approved diversity plan on the SWORC website so the plan may be made available to the public. Do I have such a motion? I think I heard a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second.
Thank you, Rosie. Comments, questions? All in favor? Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Very good. The next item of business is a proposed amendment to the SWORC regulations. James?
This is George Butler,
Oh, your brother. Okay.
the other brother.
Commissioners, today we're presenting proposed amendments to regulations in the sports wagering subtitle. These amendments implement a provision of law that was enacted during the 2023 legislative session. Specifically, these proposed amendments would implement Section 2 of Senate Bill 621, which was enacted as Chapter 638 of the Laws of Maryland of 2023. Section 2 authorizes the SPR and the State Lottery and Gaming Control Commission to consider a request to amend a Class B2 sports wagering facility application for a sports wagering license that was awarded on or before February 15th, 2023, for the purpose of altering the proposed location of the facility.
All right, I guess that's our report. So are there any questions or comments of Cousin George as to what's going on and whether we ought to proceed as suggested? This is that South River situation that we knew about a while back. All right, hearing no questions or comments, may I have a motion to approve the proposed amendments to sports wagering regulations as emergency and proposed regulations and submit those regulations to the Joint Committee on Administrative, Executive, and Legislative Review for review? Do I have such a motion?
So moved.
Thanks, Frank. Second?
Second.
Thanks, Laura. Any discussion, questions? Very good. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, that motion is carried. Next, we need a motion to delegate to staff the authority to make any non-substantive changes to the proposed regulation amendments that may be necessary to prepare them for publication in the Maryland Register. Do I have such a motion?
So moved.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, very good. Thank you all. And again, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
All right, and that motion's approved. So that takes us to the agenda item 5, next steps for SWORC. Staff?
Good morning, Commissioners. Just wanted to give you an update on one of our applicants. Last week, Wynn Resorts advised us that they were planning to shut down much of its WynnBET sporting platform. Wynn was awarded a mobile sports wagering license by the Commission on December 14th, 2022, but has not yet launched in Maryland, so the license has not been issued. We have no additional details at this time, but we will work with the company on steps necessary to relinquish its mobile sports wagering license award.
Very good. Thank you, John. Does anybody have any questions or comments about that report? So sort of a late breaking development and doesn't appear to require any action on our part at this time. But it's well that we're being aware, we're advised as to what's happening in the market that we've been a part of.
Mr. Chairman, we may be taking that up at the next work meeting once we get additional information from the licensing side. As John mentioned, to try to just figure out what they're going to be doing with their license and relinquishing it back to SWORC.
Very good.
And John, if you can let the SWORC know, or is there anything in the pipeline for our next meeting in September? I don't believe we have anything.
I don't believe there's anything coming up that SWORC would be involved in at this point.
Okay. So there doesn't appear to be any other actions to come up at our next meeting, which is scheduled for September 20th. So we can talk later, Mr. Chairman, and decide what we want to do.
Understood. The commission's been getting the published reports about the progress of sports wagering in the state, and I think that's about all we can be doing at this juncture. So thank you for those reports. Our next agenda item is the optional closed session of the board. Of the commission. I don't have any reason to suggest we have a closed session, but does anyone else want to have an executive session? All right. So tentatively, the next meeting would be on September 20th at 9 a.m. if indeed there's any business to come before us. And if not, we'll communicate appropriately so people can plan their agendas. And with that, at 9:10, it's my pleasure to give you all back the rest of the time that would have been spent this work, and I hope everyone continues to have a healthy, pleasant summer. Thank you all for joining us today.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Take care, everyone.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Have a great day.